concept of abundance and expansion is the name of the game right now. Because again, remember, we've been talking about abundance coming in. We've been talking about manifestations coming in. And now they're finally coming in. My collective. What are you gonna do? Because it's real funny, right? When we talking in theory, but now the shit's here. Here we are. And for some of you guys, this is pertaining to love. I have the lover's card that came up. For some of you, this is pertaining to more areas of your life than one. And here's the core channeled message. When it comes to the concept of abundance, it expands you internally before it shows up in the physical, which is why a lot of the spiritual work that we did was about the internal work. But nobody talks about what it looks like when it starts to actually materialize. There's this bit of a dissociation, a little bit, a lack of presence that you go through because it's a bit of a shock, especially when it comes to the timing of it all, right? Because you essentially never really know when your manifestation is going to come in. So for some of you guys, it actually came in quicker than you thought, huh? Some of you guys your ability to manifest things are starting to speed up quicker. And I'll give you an example. I'll use myself, right? I journal a lot, but I had gotten to this point in my spiritual journey where I stopped journaling and I was more so in my head. And so being stuck in my head, especially as a spiritualist, where all these channeled messages start to merge with overthinking and start to merge with anxiety, it starts to get a bit jumbled when everything is still up here. It wasn't until I finally started putting pen to paper again and got my thoughts back on a page that I was able to see clearly what my real intentions were and what exactly I was trying to manifest. And funny enough, when I finally got my ideas on what it is that I actually wanted out of here and onto paper, it manifested itself almost 24 hours after. I wrote down specifically what it is that I kept having visions about, and then it started to materialize. I wrote down specifically what it is that I wanted in a partner, and then all of a sudden I meet someone new. I wrote down do you get what I mean? There is a process to abundance that ultimately starts internally, which is a lot of the work that we've done. But now the things are starting to come in the physical. Abundance expands you. You expand. And you would have to essentially recognize what it is when it shows up. And I talk about this, I channeled this a little while back in terms of abundance, but the true act of a real magician, or, which you are, is the ability to stay in a situation long enough to see what it is. Not projecting, not trying to make it more than none of that. No, you would have to actually go into the situation and see. And there's a level of unknown associated with that, right? Because even with all of the manifestation, all the affirmations, all the visions that you get, it's different when it's actually here in your face. And for a lot of you who have gone through a lot of the hard lessons associated with what it is that you want, when it finally comes in, it makes sense that you're still a little bit in this psychosis, this jaded energy. Because it's dude, I've seen so many false starts. There's no way in the hell that this is actually anything. For some of you guys, like I mentioned, this is in the love department. It's them. And I hate to even bring up, because I heard a tarot reader say those words verbatim, Queen Cup. She channeled a message not too long ago talking specifically about that. It's them. You have manifested someone that is very, unbeknownst to you, that is actually very a part of your manifestations. They're sitting right in your face, and you're struggling to be able to see it because what you're essentially doing is projecting onto it. You think it's your past. You think this is just some little casual thing. You think this is, and I hate to do this to y'all. I hate to even talk about this, because here's the thing: you would have to have your own level of discernment when it comes to recognizing your own manifestation. Only you will be able to recognize that. You can't go into tarot land all like every other minute checking to see, is it this, is it that, is it really this, you can't do that, because you're gonna psych yourself the fuck out. Oh yes, honey. There is a process that you would have to settle into. There's a level of peace you would have to come to within yourself to receive your abundance. It's a process. For some of you guys, like, you have manifested so many freaking things. You do, and it's crazy how it's starting to come in. Like, for some of you guys, like, it may have started off with your career, and then it's starting to trickle off into love, and then it's starting to trickle off into like other opportunities, and now it's starting to trickle off into a new home. Now it's starting to trickle off into a new car. Like, all of these things are going to start to happen one by one by one by one. And there is a level of sovereignty that you also have to have when you are receiving abundance. Just as much as you had to have it when you were like going through your dark night of the soul, you were like scrambling, like, oh Lord, what am I gonna do? This ain't it. And you had to come to terms with the things that you had to let go, because essentially when you were going through the process of recognizing what is your manifestation versus what is not, and you had to start to let go of the things that were not your manifestations, you had to have a level of sovereignty with that too. You had to recognize what was not for you. But now you have to have just as much strength to recognize what is. There's a level of unknown associated with that, and this is actually going to be just as challenging for my tarot readers out there. Oh yes, baby, it's going to challenge us the most, isn't it? Oh yes, baby, it's going to challenge. Because there is not, here's the thing, and I'll use myself as an example. I have been through so much. All of us have. We've gone through so much of like these false starts and all the things. I found myself going to my own tarot cards and trying to pull cards on the situation. Like, any time something new came into my life, I would pull cards and be like, what is this going to lead to? What's the outcome? What's this? What's that? Or I would go into tarot land looking for everyone to tell me what it is and what it's not, what it's going to lead to, what's the outcome. But here's the funny thing about that. When you go into tarot land with so much like internal confusion and chaos, and you're searching for certainty, you're searching for, all it's going to do is reflect that mirror back to you. You're confused within. So every reading that you get is going to be just as indecisive. That's why you'll go into tarot land and you'll see one reading that says, yes, this is for you. Oh my God. And then the very next tarot reading is like, this is a karmic. I can't believe it's a false start. Why can't you? Again, when you come to my page and you come across this message, it's, yes, an indicator that you're coming across someone like me, because we're going through a similar journey in terms of learning the importance of interdependence, which means the way you associate with tarot, the way you associate with life, the way your relationship with uncertainty, all of that is going to be challenged, because you now have to have a tolerance level of uncertainty to receive what's for you. That's the thing. People don't talk about that enough. Abundance comes with a level of uncertainty. Even receiving the biggest of blessings, there's still a level of uncertainty with it, because you would have to go into it to see, to know, to feel. Yeah. No, tarot land ain't gonna give you all of the answers, baby. You gonna have to go in there and see and trust.